And you might be hearing a lot of bad news around where your friends are down, or you personally might be having some challenges with your married life. So today we have Dr. PT Sundaran, who will basically talk about 4 ways to build a happy marriage, and how do we avoid conflicts, how do we avoid common issues that can be avoided. We don't get into those challenges, etc. So thanks a lot, Dr. PT Sundaran, for joining us today. You're doing a marvelous job. 25,000 plus couples who've got a successful I wouldn't say treatment, but I would say something. They got connected because of you, and more to come. And I really like the ambition of 1 million target of successful couples through your webinars and through your counseling, and you're doing something hatke. So maybe you can talk a bit about yourself, and then let's dig into the 4 ways of building a happy marriage. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ravi. Dr. Sundaram, a relationship mentor. Yeah. So बोलिए कहाँ से शुरू करें? What is that you're expecting from me? I'm very blank. I'm open.
Okay, 4 ways to build a happy marriage. What do we do wrong where we mess up with our relationship, or isko kaise we make it a happy marriage?
So nothing that we do it wrong. These are all nothing but relatively that the life stress which we cannot answer with the human consciousness. Okay. Like any other Indian movie story, husband gets married and income is less and challenges are more. Or mother is distempered, son is taking a challenge. As usual, I would not say anybody is doing intentionally the breaking of marriages.
Okay.
The culture and the stress which the life imposes. Sometimes we cannot answer with our scope of thinking or our scope of models. To tell you frankly, my own story is I come from a very poor family in Hyderabad. My father was in army, then he was in police, and he was a police constable. And as usual, he had his own challenges. He wanted to bring his brothers, his sisters, and he had a very big team of 6 to 7 people. And in that process, my mother was a victim. My mother had a poor self-esteem. She cannot raise her voice against her husband. And naturally, when a mother cannot raise her voice against for fight herself, she cannot fight for herself. How can we expect that she will fight for her son or daughter? And already one stake is that she has to condition if she has to be at the home, she has to take care of my father's brothers and sisters. And most of her energy went out. And sometimes she was so depressed. And when I was 9 years old, she took me. And many times we attempted. I love my mother, and I don't know anything. A baby knows only the mother. Mother is the first world. Whatever mother says, good, bad, that is the world. So she used to always talk about this. ऐसा हो रहा है, ऐसा हो रहा है. So I was always a spectator. देख रहा. So I saw my father beating them, my father's brother demanding many things. And I was a mute spectator for that because I was so cautious that I had to protect my mother. One day, my mother told me, "Let's go and go to God." I went there, and she took me to a Hanumanji temple, and she pushed me in the water tank. She pushed herself, and she pressed my nostril, her nostril. I was suffocating. I started like, "What is that you're doing like this, that, this?" And the temple pujari came to my rescue, and he asked me what happened. I told this, and he told the bad name which your mother is going to earn after her committing suicide, will it stop or will it increase? He told it will increase. Do you want that? I don't want that. Then you have to see your mother doesn't commit suicide. So that is where he told that made a very big meaning to me, and he told me why God made you know. That is where generally the makes a difference. Why God help you out so that you help a lot of mothers like your mother. You are one mother who are ready to die for the sake of your mother, but what about the mother who doesn't have a son? That is where it's all a filmy dialogue went out. हाँ, you have to help many mothers. हाँ करेंगे, 1,000 को करेंगे, करोड़ करेंगे. And yesterday I was doing a international psychiatric conference on suicide risks. I was telling the same thing. See, all the people who have gone to suicide and they come out of this one. See, most of the people who go into suicide, they have a paralytic, overwhelming thing. अरे ऐसा हो गया. It takes a lot of time for recovery. But some people who are recovered, I see there's something like one curve which goes up, comes back. springs back. See, this is a poison. I feel nobody is there for me. I am useless. Go into vacuum and die. Now, once they come out, there's a meaning in that. Somebody's first sentence, what they say is, before going to depression, they say, your mother is there, what will happen? Your father is there, what will happen? You should believe for them. These are all motivational sentences. The person knows, yes, I know mother, I'm a father. But I'm immune. I am not open to this world. When I am sunk, I am shrinking myself. I do not have the consciousness and the silence. After once it comes, the first thing is somebody tells you, see, do you know why God has helped you out? And the question, yes, why he has helped me out? Because I have drowned the depth of water. This has happened. This has happened. It's a miracle for him. He is having a new learning. Then after what happens, some coincidences. He was school first, or somebody is giving an award. So all the reward things, what happened? Yes, I am useful. So you have been selected for this school. Now you have to pay for national. Arey, what is this? Had I died, this would not happen. That is a lot of serious coincidence. What happened? Where you go into a poison and a vacuum, now you see a meaning into that. While coming out, you see a meaning. Maybe a coincidences, but that makes a meaning for him. And suddenly, once he realizes, yes, this is for what I am doing it. I did not recognize. Then the passion is born. I call it poison to passion curve. The same thing has happened. My mission. My mother told me, people tell me I have a lot of listening powers. I'm good at listening. Now, when I correlate that passion में listening कैसा आया? I did not develop listening as a skill. It was a necessity for me because my father will talk some sentence against my mother and he will disempower her. So to ensure that to tell my father this is what is sentence, I was so cautious. Not because I want to be a good listener. So that every pain gives you a skill which becomes an asset. So this pain to passion curve makes the difference. All the people I have seen my script, that is where I love NLP. NLP has helped me to discover my own script. NLP is a neuro linguistic programming, an advanced form of mathematical psychology. Precision oriented result, you get precision oriented results. That is my journey. That is where my mission for 1 million couples are formed, and that is it.
Superb, sir. So, what are the 4 ways to build a happy marriage? If we are
Yeah.
आज के ज़माने में.
You see, to tell you frankly, where I discovered all those things, my back-end tool of psychotherapeutic technique is NLP. And the front-end tool does, I learned from John Gray. Really, hats off to him. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. He is my mentor. And there I learned all this tactic. Then I thought, let me apply NLP for this couples because they're badly needed. Because already I told you, the promise I made to my mother, I could not fulfill my mother, but all the young girls and young boys who come into my life or representative of my mother, I could not help my mother much. And she asked me only one thing, one promise she told me. So I don't know whether you're going to help me or not, but see that the wife, the lady who comes into your life, she should not cry. That is what she told me. And see that you respect all the women folks. Then I told, oh, then that has become a Veda. That has become blueprint. So after going to this sort of a room, I think when I was in Hyderabad, most of my clients for a decade were from high-tech city. Now in Chennai, they're all OMR, IT couples. And what I'm talking to is my segment is very, very clear. It is not a parenting segment. Much of the cracks of the foundation of the society is 0 to 5 years of marriage.
Right.
Within the first 5 years of marriage, what actually happened is because of lack of maturity. Because I told you, app generation, they know how to operate an app, but they don't know how to prepare an app. That is the main problem. So it is something like a 6-month-old baby. You go and tell, I would like to go to Delhi or you would like to go to Bangalore. She will just any one of the finger. Doesn't mean she has taken the Delhi as an option. She has chosen the finger as an option. That is where most of people, they think they operate small softwares, apps, and they think, yeah, they can operate any software in the world. As a result of this, even choosing a husband, choosing a wife is also an option for them. They do not know. As if they reject an app, they reject them. So a lot of cases come to me, and from after analyzing for the last 2 decades, I would say there are four things if you can avoid. One is the parenting sketch. I would call the sketch. Then I would call the next is a scar. The 4 S of life: sketch, the scar, then the stress, then last is a seal. These are the 4 S of the couples. If they can avoid these 4 ways, they can find a breakthrough for this. The problem is solved. So first, I'll talk about the sketch, parenting sketch. Sketch means the parenting. The parents, they still think that their parenting is not over. Okay. The boy side, people want to boy one side, the girl side want to pull the girl one side. Okay. And that is where the problem is occurring. They are not allowing them to think for themselves. I'm not telling parenting is wrong. But the parenting is required. Up to death, parenting is nothing but emotional support from womb to tomb. It is required. But when you see you have a signals that functions are not working, certain styles are not working. See, you're updating, isn't it? Are you not updating a mobile? So they belong to radio generation or they belong to TV generation. You belong to mobile generation. Your needs are different. Your thoughts are different. You have to update. You cannot still work with your parent as the god. For example, last decade, one year ago, one couple they got married and they were in love for 2 years. And the girl told the thing is, sir, I love him so much that he has sacrificed so many things financially, psychologically for me. I don't see any other person is there for me. Even God also cannot do that. That is the reason I fell in love with them, and they got married. But they could not go to for 2 weeks together because she could not discuss that particular parts. What actually happened is within the 2 weeks, he has purchased a good flat in OMR here, and they were there settled. And first 2 weeks, the disturbance was there. The disturbance was somebody knocks the door. He is very scared to open the door. The boy is scared. He runs away. The lady used to open the door. And next time, who came? Washerman came, Dhobi came, electricity fellow came, gas cylinder fellow came. This fellow was annoyed whenever knocking the door. So she observed the strange behavior in him. Then she told him, why are you scared? No, I'm very much scared. I don't want people to come there. Then slowly he started telling, within 1 week, we will leave the flat because a lot of people are coming and disturbing. She told, living in the flat is not a solution. No, I will go to a better flat where there is no disturbance. She told, that is not possible. No, we will sell this flat, we'll go somewhere. So this was hard. One day what happened, there's around 16, 17 people that apartment association. They came there, 200 apartments, a big gated community. They came that as the Vinayak Chaudhary wala was, or they talked to her, made her a member and took some amount for that one. She was trying to call the husband didn't come. So somehow she managed the show. When she went and wanted to tell the husband that we are going to give so much for the Vinayak Chaudhary, this fellow was crying. No sobbing. क्या हुआ क्या हुआ? Did I do anything that wrong? No, you
Right.
didn't do anything. I'm only scared that so many people are coming. All gents are there. You are the only lady. If something happens to you, what I should do? So they are all about like a family members. They are an association. They have to see our face in the morning. No, I don't want all these things. We are going shifting the flat. बंद कर दो. यहाँ से जाएंगे अपन. Then she told not. No, no. I know a friend. I will do that. No. Then within 1 week, pack off. She went to mother's house. This boy went there. 1 month हो गया, 2 months हो गया, 3 months हो गया. Then the elders started coming in. The people started avoiding. These people are avoiding though, and she directly talked to the father-in-law. Father-in-law, she told everything. This is what your son is doing. He's scaring me, and he's telling you all these things. Now I'm no, I are not able to sell the flat. Now we are able to live together. This sort of poor decision is making. Then the father-in-law told, what is wrong in it? You can't adjust such a small thing. I am adjusting for the last 25 years. Your mother-in-law. Your mother-in-law is also doing like this. She's also like that. She's scared of the room. I make her sit there comfortably. She told, Uncle, you can do that. I cannot afford that. I have a lot of aims and ambition. I want a husband. I don't want a baby now. You go ahead with your plan. I go ahead with that plan. So the parenting sketch, even this parent are trying to push her, that parent are trying to convince her. These people are independent to take the decision. That is what I know. If you look at this, what actually happened, the root cause, why I told you story is, this blueprint is coming from the mother.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, if you don't repair this, it will go to one more generation. Okay, that will go on. That what you're doing, you're generally you're transmitting the same blueprint for the next generation, for your son and your grandson. 3 generational blueprint you're correcting by yourself. One thing is, my recommend for you is, first, I am not telling parents are against you. Okay? Parents are away from you. A person who is born in Delhi is now working in Bangalore. A person who is Bangalore is working somewhere in Gurgaon. So you are away from parents and roots. Their methods may not be suitable for you. So you have to find out your own method. And first thing is, if parenting sketch is interfering and making you dysfunctional, I'm not telling, if it is making functional, very good. If it is making dysfunction, it's high time you have to think a better solution for that. If you still know आप मुझे body में ढकल रहे हैं, ढकलिए आप मत आए पिता है, you are my God, then no, God also cannot help you out. That is the first thing, Parenting sketch should be cut off. I always tell my couples, okay, bhai, you're here, you're in Delhi, Shiva. Suppose you're in UK, you're in USA, you're in Australia. Your parents are not taxed, so आप क्या करेंगे? जब शुरू करेंगे ना, then you will start your life, isn't it? That you don't know itself. Otherwise, you'll be a bad example for your son. Your son will feel why daddy is running every time to grandmother. I will also run like that. He will become a part. Either he will be for mother or he will be for father. Not for both. He sees the mother is more bold than father, then father is useless. So we are sending the message for the next generation. That was the uh, first area where you have to.
And the kids
But
observe
next,
a lot.
yeah, kids are very innocent. No, they we cannot assume the kids are they carry all the information. No? You said that in 1 hour they are exposed 1 MBBS 1 year MBBS syllabus in their mind. In 1 hour, that is the level of knowledge this particular millennial generation are exposed. They see the movie the moment they born. First month they see the TV. First month or first day itself they see the TV. Not they cannot perceive it by word or vocabulary, but yes, they perceive it. Something is going on. Noise. Yeah, okay. Uh, yeah. Second is I would call this. Many of the couples or clients who come to me, most of these ladies, they have a sort of emotional scar in their life, whether it's a girl, lady, or a gent. This emotional scar is because of various reasons. See, nowadays, this expectations, at the school level itself, at the primary school itself, you want something, you don't get it, and becomes a scar, and that that goes into your psychological mind, subconscious mind as a scar. There are four types of scar. The physical scar. Physical scar is something I cut and I see injury, I put some ointment, goes off. And the mental scar is out of ego. Oh, he's earning lesser than me. He's managing 2 cars. How it is? I'm not able to sleep the whole night. After 1 week, come to know the way he has managed something very much ethical. Then you feel sorry for it. Oh my goodness, I felt sorry for this fellow. Oh, इतना काम किया क्या? इतना hard work किया क्या? Oh, so much sacrifice he has done. Because the egos, lot of egos come out. That's called ego scar, the mental scar. The third is that emotional scar. The emotional scar is something which is auto emotion. See, the trauma. Uh, as a baby, somebody told your father is hospitalized. You go there, you see your father dying, mother is not there. Hospital people are telling where is the money. They are asking us get the mother. Okay, otherwise they lock them. She is witnessing so many things beyond her age. The father has died, mother has not come, mother has it for money. She doesn't know anything, but she is a witness to what has happened. So that particular scar has become so seen in your mind that is more what I can absorb. It is more than what she can absorb for her age. That becomes a scar for her. Anytime about the father, she's having a painful memory. Any father, painful memories. Any father, painful memories. Okay. Our own ex actor was there in Hyderabad, Sri Hari. His wife was a daughter of one Tamil villain. I don't know, she was called some lady was there. So her father has lost all the money. That her father has lost all the money, and they had a biggest shock of their life. And now she counts every second money because she is worried that next time it should not happen. Because she has seen a father suffering, a brother suffering, whole family suffering. You know that they were crorepati's and they become beggars. They were on the road. So that some scar is hunting you. So that scar is to be removed, and it cannot be removed so easily. And this becomes afterwards one more scar. This get compounded and becomes something like a weed. Then afterwards, what actually happens is it start hunting memories. I always tell it like a mind can be compared to a balloon. Beyond a particular pressure, what happens? The balloon breaks. But this balloon doesn't break. It's from psychosomatic. Psychosomatic means from mind to body. It becomes a BP for somebody. It becomes a sugar for somebody. It becomes something else for somebody. So because what happens is at that particular period, you are able to comprehend, absorb, and you are able to mitigate that, neutralize it. But the point is, you're beyond control. It is just rushing. It is rushing and gushing. Every time you want to forget, it comes about. You want to forget, it comes about. That's called hunting memories, painful hunting memories. This is most of the women, they come with a lot of stories. They have their baggage, emotional baggage. If they know a method of removing this, yes, we can do something like, no, this cup is there. When the cup is already full, I cannot pour anything into it.
True.
So this cup is to be removed. Before programming, this cup is to be removed. Its content is to be removed. That is where the scar is one area where, when they know how to remove emotional scar, many methods are there. Can be meditation, can be a method. It can be a talking, self-talk can be a method, but it doesn't come easily. It takes a lot of time for some people. When 10 people meditate, 2 will get the result. 8 may not get. Sometimes it may get. Whereas when you go to a professional level, it is 10 by 10 results. That is the second scar. If you can control the scar of your life, yes, you are having a better life. That is one. And third is, I see many of the couples. Today also morning there was a contact from one of the students. His father was asking me, hey, his concentration is poor. When I checked up, his concentration is poor because he want to become a doctor. Sir, I went for this examination, sir. I failed. I am asking second time. I'm repeating it. My father is asking me to repeat. I'm not. What actually you want? I asked my client, what do you want? He told, I want to improve my concentration. Then I went into detail. This fellow is not at all interested in the subject. He doesn't have passion for the subject. Okay, and that is the reason what is happening in the area of love. Even one ton of work will become like a 1 kg of work for me, because I love that. But whereas in an area which I don't like, even in 1 kg of work is like a 1 ton of work for me. So I told him, "Father, what happened?" So no, he is having that. Then I told him, what your son, if you want concentration, I can improve concentration. But tomorrow you're putting him in the wrong direction. Direction is important. For example, directions, the speed will come any time. That is where whatever these people, many people know, after 5 years, 6 years, they call me, Doctor, I am a manager, I'm a team lead. My problem is I've been doing very good, but now I'm not loving my work. I don't feel that excitement. I'm not emotionally connected. I lock myself in the room. I don't talk to my boss. I blindly execute. I become a zombie because I don't feel any meaning in that. This has happened when I trace back 80% of the cases is these are the people who are entered into a career accidentally. There may be a creative guy working on the confirmative side, or maybe a sensitive guy working on this one. He's a very introvert. You don't know what to do. Engineering kare, wo kare, kare. Somebody told engineering good, okay. Nobody has no other option is there. Therefore, you engineering. Somebody told, oh, you will get better payment. That now they are realizing it. So it is something to one level, competency is okay. But after a particular level, there where the saturation comes, the responsibility becomes more beyond what you can carry. At that time only they feel the pinch. They become a zombie. So that is that emotionally they are dead. They are no more emotionally connected. Physically they move. That 30% of my clients are the zombie clients. There, what I do is I identify them, I tell them, educate them, and I develop. I see that this fellow is having an arts, which arts dead, or he's an emotional guy. Sensitivity is there. Sensitivity is not developed. He has become a robot. Then I give them exercise where the sensitivity is developed, or give them an exercise where his creativity is developed. So this becomes a tonic for him, so that to become normal. Otherwise, what happens? It is something like he doesn't have that skill, but he is forced to use that skill more. It is something like I don't know Telugu. I know only 5% Telugu, but I have to live in Telugu Nadu, only with Telugu people. Then I strain a lot. I strain a lot. To every word I have to express. I look at a refer a dictionary, first change the, then I talk to you. So a lot of strain is there because the little competence in that area I'm trying to do so much. That is the scar of life, many of the cases. And the last one is what actually happens is nowadays, both husband couples are working. They are not taking it. I'm not telling they are not taking care. They are not able to take care of the children very much. And one is the app generation is there. They are moving out. They are victim to the digital media, TVs, and all those things. Nowadays, that Abhimanyu theory, the Abhimanyu theory. Abhimanyu is a story in our Indian mythology where Lord Krishna was trying to tell when Abhimanyu was in his mother's womb, he was telling about the Padma Yoga, how your future would be like that. The same thing has become now true. That there's something called womb training. What is womb training? How you can manufacture your baby according to your specifications. That is possible only when the mother and father they come together. It's already done in Atal Bihari Vajpayee University. Around some 20 to 30 batches they have completed it. So taking clue from that, we help the young mothers to help them identify the talents of the kids and convert a polish into a skill. Yeah. That is what happened because of various reasons. These people who are our mentors are only our friends until we get a professional mentor. And whatever the friend say, that becomes the world. We say, no, if I want to know about me, talk about my 5 close friends. I am representing my 5 close friends. So here, what I help, I'm not doing help directly, but my young couples, my target is still young couples, but they have become parents now. They come with the problem. We help them to identify the inborn talent of the kid. So nowadays, I'm writing a book, my upcoming book called Career Kurukshetra. In that Career Kurukshetra, I mentioned what actually happening is, so how the present career guidance, this career guidance was done only, if you look at genesis of this psychological questionnaire, they were made by psychologists for recruiting mass army men. So that is being reformed. For example, I make 10 questions on arts, commerce, and science, and I give it to you. And wherever the score is high, I say, Ravi Saab, you're good at arts, go ahead. Yes, I'm right. You're right. But what about this is like a menu? I have given a menu. You come to my hotel, I have given the menu. What about their items which you like, which is beyond the menu, which is lying in the kitchen, isn't it? That I have not exposed it to you. That is where I tell that the person should go into actually the inborn talents of the kids. That is where my career guidance is entirely different, where we use some intelligence test where they help the baby to identify the talent. And what happens, the earlier it is better. Because once he is in the graduate, when he is at BSc doing, you find out he's good in arts or he's good in mathematics. At that time, you have got less time to correct it. I will tell one case. I'm a consultant to one of the schools here. And suddenly there was a call from the principal, and one teacher is coming. Teacher, one mother, and one boy. Three came to my clinic, and he was rusticated in front of me. And he told this boy has broken the head of one boy, and the boy's father, the VIP, has put the police cordon. He is searching for the mother. So, sir, we cannot keep him out. Then mother was crying, sir, what I should do. Now we cannot do anything. Already it has gone. The dam is already broken. We cannot do anything. So what should I do, sir? I rejected my husband only because she has become a single mother. I am away from the father only because he also had the same bad practice. And now that fellow, he is doing the same thing. Then I told you, do one thing, you have no other option. Tomorrow you'll go off to your office. And next day, this fellow picks up a fight. He'll be in the police station. You put him in an area where he likes. She told, I am ready to put him anywhere, sir, but I don't know what he likes. Then I told, I got a psychological test. Are you interested? Yes, sir, money is not a problem for me. Then I went through the psychological test. And after 3 weeks, I got a 100-page report. I went through, I was reading one by one, one by one. I was saying he's having something we call something like gross body and gross muscle and fine muscle. Gross muscle is for jumping, for weight lifting, okay, all. And this fine muscle is for the lesson nikalna, putting the needle. That whatever the ladies are doing, tender hands. That's called fine muscle. This fellow is having a lot of gross muscle skills. So what actually happens is gross muscles are itching for fight. That is the reason he's fighting. Okay, then I told him when I was reading all those things, I told you can go for this, you can go. I was reading all the list in that. Then when I told he can go for judo, you can go for dancing, this fellow jumped. So sir, I told I want to go to dancing. My mother is not allowing. So he's a crazy guy for dancing. Sir. He's a crazy guy for what you call crazy, I call it talent, madam. You call crazy the talent for me. You put him there. Okay, doctor बोल दिया चले you go. What happened? This both of them left around 5:30 in the evening. My clinic. 5:30 to 8:30, this fellow went to 3 dance schools in Chennai. He talked to them, he made a cost benefit analysis. Next day, he put in front of the mother, did a presentation, took the money, and joined the dance. See, look at his passion. Then, slowly, see, after 1 month, I got the feedback. See, then one day he told, my friends are coming, you make upma. Then slowly demand, no, every day I cannot make upma. This fellow told, okay, ma, I will make upma. This fellow made upma. Why he make upma? So upma is there, he can serve the mother, mother will go away, he can rearrange the room so that his friends will come for dancing. So the person was breaking the head and was become an antisocial element. I have converted the dam into a irrigation project. So many of the teachers, many of our school system, they are not competent enough. They are not trained enough to identify the problems. Okay, that is where I call it the MBA of life. Mother university is wrong, life university is gone. Boss university is gone, your earning opportunity is gone. If your academic university is gone, your blind spot is always on. I do not know what I am doing. I do not know what I am doing. So as is what I call the seal, because without the knowledge, this particular talents are sealed in your kids. So it is high time you are in a knowledge society, you're an education society. Every way you learn, every angle is a education knowledge, education knowledge. You're in a skill society where you should become more updated, otherwise you will become outdated. Many times what happens, the children are more updated when they get the mother. That is the reason they are able to play with the mother, because that is where they spend the time. These are the four S. One is called the sketch, parenting sketch. You should know how to regulate the parenting sketch. I am not telling parenting sketch is wrong or right. If it is dysfunctional, yes, you have to once again update yourself. I'm not saying don't respect them. Become little immune, and because it is your don't run your car looking at the past. How long you can run the car looking at the past? Your son is there in future. You have to look for him. So that is where you have to update. Another is unless you remove the baggage of car, this is like a virus. It will not allow you to accept anything new. Old habit, old thinking, old custom. And the third one is I told you, that stress. If you are under the stress, it's called burnout stress. What is burnout stress? It is something like a matchstick which is burnout. I'm a zombie, mentally dead, physically moving. Sometimes you go to that particular stage. There you have to avoid, take the help of others, and you are you are not taking care of your children. Therefore, you are sealing or strapping the future of your child without knowing that the big talent is waiting in your kids' brain. I would always say these millionaires are not fools. They may be feeling funny, but these people are born to rule the galaxy. They are not ordinary people. They are born to rule. They will do something wonderful. So we have to give the opportunity for them. These are the four S's, which I really am working on that, and I work for a few couple, and I have one more mission to help all these people. These are the four S which I always repeat and share in my seminars, webinars.
Super. So, friends, do connect with Dr. P.T. Sundaram and his webinars. And if you have any of these challenges with your kids and all that, we mentioned the number on the display. So, connect with him. So, Dr. Sundaram, the next question is, what are the inner battles? We're talking about how do we avoid the inner battles, and what are those? And if with examples which people can understand.
Inner battle is something which is becoming dysfunctional, okay, and which if you can recognize as early as possible, it's better. For example, my mother used to roll her eyes. That was a signal for me that she wants to talk to the elders in the house. I should go out of the room. And the same method I adopt with my two daughters. My elder daughter understands, my younger daughter doesn't. That means that parenting method was useful for my elder daughter. Now it has become dysfunctional for my younger daughter. I have to now find out a better method of communicating to that. As long as I don't see that I do the same mistake, I shout at my second daughter, I told you many number of times, you will not listen, that I'm fighting. I'm not fighting with her, I'm fighting with myself. Okay. That is the inner battle for you. Yeah. Every second, the stress you are experiencing, the emotional trauma they're experiencing. So you don't trust your wife. It means you don't trust yourself. It is not that you don't trust your wife. You don't trust your son. It is because you don't trust yourself. Because that inner battle is going on. First, see, everything is from inside out. First, we always say that anything is created twice. One is the mind, second in the action. The first blueprint is here. If you can come out of this inner battle, outer battle will come out. See, if you want to change the visible, I have to change the invisible. Okay? If I always tell the example of something is wrong in the dining table. If you shout at the dining table, you are not going to. Your noise will be there. What do you do? We go to the kitchen table and tell there is a more salt in the chutney. Then that lady will prepare something. So every front end has to be corrected at the back end, not at the front end itself. Once you understand the difference, the solution for the battle comes out.
That's a very good point. Dr. Sundaran, we have some questions. One of the questions in my mind is, we as couples, we try to, change each other. Basically, I expect my spouse to be like this. So, I put a lot of efforts to change her and vice versa. So how do we, how do we do that? Or, are there any challenges in it? Or how do we put it across saying that these are the changes I am?
Yeah, good question. Say, last month there was an interview from one of my friends in USA. He was asking the same question with his wife. The point is there are two things. One is the change, is it required or change for my sake or change for the sake of change? Okay. I would give you a blueprint. I will give you a blueprint. So the blueprint is very simple. According to this NLP psychology, there are three types of persons. One is the creative personality, okay, and the confirmative personality and the sensitive personality. Please understand, when Ravi and Mrs. Ravi is fighting, it is not two persons who are having a misunderstanding. It is six persons who are having misunderstanding. Who are the six? Ravi. Ravi carries his blueprint. Ravi carries his mother's blueprint. Ravi carries his father's blueprint. The same is here. It is a fight between misunderstanding, a gap of the six formats. It is not the two persons of it. It is the gap of six formats. So what actually I would tell you that first of all, that's what I teach my couples. What I tell them is there are three. You identify which type of personality are you. If you are a creative person, confirmative person, and a sensitive. Creative person, is always daydreaming. He always want to do something new, something variety, something experiment. Okay, he's not worried about money. He wants something new. Assume that the wife is confirmative. She's very vocal. She's very digital. She's very logical. Pie by pie. So the difference, this is not between husband and wife, between creative husband and a confirmative wife. I'm not saying right or wrong. Please understand. Yes. If you think it is wrong, it is wrong. First of all, now if my wife is very conservative, I'm a creative guy. My wife is very conservative. Everything I have to account. For some period after marriage, I had differences. Because I was a silent guy, I didn't much feel, but somewhere uncomfortable. After learning this NLP, I understood, oh, my wife is a big asset for me. But I am not good in finance. I am not good in accounting. I am not good in bargaining. Now, whatever she does is for me and my family. Now I see she is an asset. My minus points are her plus points. Her minus points are my plus points. That now a very clear area of demarcation. Earlier, I used to try to correct her. Now I think this is his area. She can handle better than me. Why I should go under? Now she has also understood. Oh, my husband is good at creative area. I will not talk about it. So similarly, a person who is sensitive, if a person who is sensitive, we should be pause and talk to him, because you cannot make a loose sentence to him. Because after I told case of my client, one husband and wife, they came to me. Wife was complaining to me, sir, that husband was my student. So your son, your student is having a lot of affairs in the site. You're not taking care of him, and he's a creative guy. He always does little and tells more than what he has done. And this girl is a very sensitive South Indian sensitive Brahmin girl. Then she was crying. Then I asked this boy, "Kya ho raha hai? What is this your wife is telling? What is this?" Then he told, sir, what is wrong in it? Let she also enjoy. Who's stopping her? If you want, I will supply partner. Oh, this girl became very furious. Sir, what is he talking? She's a baby on my table, and pulled his collar, threw him out. She went crying. Sir, what he talks him is nonsense. And I called this baby, you're a creative guy. She's a sensitive guy. You take 1 year for us to forget her. Go and find out. So luckily, he went, ran behind her, and she was about to consume a rat poison. He went, he told her, and afterward I gave exercises. And where you have to appreciate your own talents. You have to appreciate the talent of your partner. That is why once you identify, now I did a seminar called three types of mother-in-laws: creative mother-in-law, logical mother-in-law. So the same thing, the format is same. Hey, creative mother-in-law and creative daughter-in-law chalta hai. Creative mother-in-law and sensitive mother-in-law ye chalta hai. One is riding on the airplane, other is coming in a bullock cart. They cannot go together. Once you understand that, what happens, you go, this is my area and this is my scope. This is what she wants. One thing, you understand her format, you serve her in her plate, in her format. Otherwise, you respect each other. So that way, I think that the science a very big boon for the world. I've changed many people. Only one session itself, they have changed a lot. I think I have an answer to your question.
Yes. How do we deal with couples with jealousy?
Jealousy, again, is a subjective term. Please understand what are the two or three incidents. It is jealousy. See, if it is a passion, is also a jealousy. Say, I want to become number one in the field. Well, I feel jealous about it. I have anxiety about it. It should have. It can be used as a functional style or a dysfunctional style. If it becomes dysfunctional style at the cost of somebody else, then that's something to be checked. Yeah, but you are using it as a motivational fuel. Yes, you can go ahead. And ultimately, it is subjective. Please understand. What is jealousy may not be jealousy. Okay, she's jealousy. So when my couple they come to me, sir, you talk to my wife. I talk to my method is very simple. I talk to husband separately. I talk to wife separately. Okay, when husband will not be there, wife will not. There will be joint count. Then at the end, I tell them, you give me what do you expect from me. Once they give an email, then I talk about the money. And every session they are do homework. It's not counseling. Most of the people who are following this method is only they're giving advice. I don't give advice. I want them to realize whatever I taught, VAK, they're visual. You have to experience the whole day and write out the homework to me, sir. I am creative, I am non creative. I know the differences. I create them the awareness, but they have to convert it to a format and come back. If there is no meeting, this is called we meeting diary. You can see that? Yeah, this symbol is there. We meet. We meet diary I give to my couples. They have to come with the homework. My assistant will tell, sir, ಅದು ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿங்களா we meet diary ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಲ್ಲ. Then sir will not allow you, please go. So that is where I told advice has not worked. Free things doesn't work. Advice doesn't work because for them, see, when I'm hungry, when you give me food, you are my god. But when मैंने full khaya, you are giving biryani, what I will do? Oh, thank you, Ravi Saab. I will throw it somewhere else. I will give it to charity. That is the reason I see hunger. Whether does my client have a pain to change? If the pain to change, one session is enough. Only one session is enough. Otherwise, they have to come for 10, 20 sessions.
My wife is commenting on this. She's saying, yes, I get jealous when Ravi, leaves me and goes on trips or parties. Yeah, but friends, yeah, if you have any questions like this, feel free to ask while Dr. Sundaran is on the call, while we are live. So yeah, the next question, sir, how do we, are there any issues related to values and beliefs? Because yeah, arranged marriages were different earlier because they come from the similar community and were like they know each other's tradition. Now it's more like cosmopolitan. People from different states, people from different religions are getting married. So how do we manage issues related to values and beliefs? It can be religion, it can be the cultural beliefs.
Yeah, right. See, it is not a question of it is your what you call a philosophical belief. It's a simple belief of anything what you value. For example, money. One we call four type of money spend. One is the money spender, another money avoider. Okay, another money hoarder. So that this even personality, husband wife also like it. One want to spend a lot. The creative guy want to spend a lot, and the conservative wife want to. Their value is different. This comes from their parents. I'm not saying right or wrong. So only thing is, I always tell them, I cannot solve all the problem. You cannot solve all the problem, but put together, discuss, and either you get convinced yourself or you convince her. Then I told a case came to me. Um, so what I did, they have to write down and certain things which they cannot resolve, they have to come and do a role play in front of me why they could not resolve. Sir, I told that one scene they could not go. The scene was the guy when she asks him to bring certain things from in the evening from supermarket, he forgets. Okay, so I told her, okay, role play that. When he was when she was talking to her, suddenly, accidentally, incidentally, the phone also rang up. So he was lifting to the phone and he was listening to her. So then I told, okay, ma, see, your husband has listened to that. How much mark you will give for him? in a 0 to 10 scale. How good he has listened. Sir, I will give him 2 by 10. Yeah, how do you say 2 by 10? Yeah, I was only mesmerized. No, he was listening to. No, you ask him, sir. Started asking questions. He could not answer. What items I told to bring you from the when he forgot. See, this is what he does. Okay. वो फोन में सुनता है, यहाँ पे एक्टिंग करता है. Okay. So then I told her what he should do if you want to. Sir, he has to keep the mobile down. Whenever he is talking to me, when I say I'm very serious, then he has to keep the mobile down. He kept doing it. Then the point, then he told her expectation was she should get up in the morning with neat dress and all those things. She gets up in the morning, she doesn't put the hair tidy, and she's look like a devil. He says he's like a devil. So okay, ma, lie down on my cot, in my cabin. Then he got up. So here she tied this one. He told not like this, the olden movie, the Savitri and the Kannamma type, this is what my mother used to tie, sir. So there is a specification of expectations. Okay. So the point is that it is not that they don't respect each other. Then I told her, okay, your value, he has understand your value. Then now the point is you're bursting at the 11th stage, 11th hour. So is there in between? Then we all three together sat together, developed a 0 to 5 scale. What is the 5 scale? 5 is I'm going to break. First time I told you, second time I told you, third time I'm telling you. Third time until this person become more cautious, more alert. Instead of breaking at the level of 5, so three for her, he assumed that he's at 5. That is why you have to sit together, respect your value, understand your value, develop a scale of where I can respect your value. And ultimately the whole family is nothing but between these two persons. Okay. If these two persons, they have to define what is family for them. They have to define what is value for them. Similarly, there are many couples who come from, one is a Christian, another is a Hindu, and one wants to bring the baby in a Hindu style, a Christian style. Whatever it is, both of you decide. Nothing like value system is wrong or right. Whatever you do is a correct. Whatever you agree is a correct, because that is what you are going to support. Value is a strong belief which you have inherited for various reasons. Now you have to reformat your belief also.
True, sir. Yeah, this is a tricky one and most difficult one. How do you win the argument with your spouse without without much damage? मतलब ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि I'm winning the argument today and दोपहर का खाना अच्छा नहीं मिले.
So एक बात बोले तो सी प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग इज कॉर्पोरेट स्टाइल जो चलता है ना यहाँ से चलता है, फैमिली स्टाइल जो चलता है यहाँ से चलता है. यू आर विनिंग कॉर्पोरेट स्टाइल और फैमिली स्टाइल, ये बताइए आप. If you want to win a corporate style, you want to win for the sake of win, prove that I am a macro man and you are below me, then you are the best person for that. But if you real on the family side, give it away. She is the boss of the family. You give it away, that's enough. You just say you are right, but आगे देखिए आपको result निकलेगा. Because family, see, your corporate can be operated with your systems and procedures, SOP. Standard operating procedures. यहाँ पे relationship and emotions are the standard operating procedures. You give away, no, you are right, भाई, no, madam, आप right है. Yeah. Then slowly you will see the result. You will see the result afterwards. The woman doesn't expect anything from the husband. Okay, you just go and help in the kitchen. That's enough. You just put a chutney or you just cut one vegetable. It is enough for her. Okay. If you go and cut one tomato for her, she will give 10 marks. You get a Microsoft share of 1 million rupees, give it to her, she will give only 1 part. मुझे क्या फायदा? Microsoft, मुझे फायदा क्या है? If you want 10 points, cut the cabbage. So you have to find out what is the need of your wife and where she feels happy. It's not a question of argument. It's a question of how much you can understand her. अगर आप कॉर्पोरेट स्टाइल में आर्ग्यूमेंट करना है बोले तो यस, इट्स अ विन गेम, विन लूज गेम. You will on the opposite side of the camp and you will be finding her score and he will be finding her score. In an endless score finding. आपने इतने गलती किया, मैंने इतने किया, आप इनको लाया, you bought your people, I'll buy my people. Those score building camp. Families are not like that. Many of the MBA students, they come to me. They always say, tell him, sir, I will fix him. I think he is a person who can be fixed. He cannot be fixed. Here, that corporate style will not work. Forget about it. You have to work with the emotional relationship. You have to deposit first. You have to how what a mother has done. Your mother, my mother, they're unconditionally, isn't it? They're not expecting anything from the same thing with your wife. If you're working on the emotional side, if you want family side, yes, emotion. No? Or you know that famous actress Roja. Roja is a Tamil Telugu actress. Her husband is some person. No? He also had the same problem. This is there in the media. Uh, he says about 10 years they were together, and afterwards 2 months they could not be together. And he went to his mentor. He told, "Do you want to win in life or you want to win family?" So I want to win both. Both is not possible. You are a director. You want to win in life. So he told, "I want to win. If you want to win in life, don't win in your family. Give away everything to your wife. Make your wife the winner, then you will win in life." So that is a simple formula which I have seen is working in my couples area. Operate from your emotional side. Then you will find her own solutions.
Super. So we were talking about the kids taking the blueprint from their parents. So when the couples are fighting, how do we ensure that kids are not observing? What is the best way to argue or something where you know the entire house doesn't feel that this is happening, and people are upset. Wife and husband are fighting. What is the best practices?
This is happening because you're not involving your children. You're not educating your children. Okay. Where I would recommend to some of the families that you develop your children in such a way that there was one case, where choose your own mistakes for the children. Okay, we teach them choose your own mistakes. So you choose your own punishments. Because that what actually happens is when they choose the mistake and punishment, they know the value of a mistake and well, why a punishment I'm doing because I have done a mistake. Why I'm taking this mistake because repeatedly I'm doing a mistake. They know the cause and the effect. Once they respect that, even when husband and wife are fighting, there is a cause, there is an effect. Then they will okay by I told there is a cause, there is an effect. Therefore, the impact will be okay. Mother, father will fight. There is a reason for him to fight. He is not to fight. Otherwise, they will see him like an enemy. I have seen, no, I have seen my father as an enemy. Every time I see only the front end, and what has happened in the back end, I do not know. Why my mother has refused, I do not know. But I see only one side of it. I see one side of the story. I always get biased. So always see that you communicate to your children that that this is what is going to happen. This is what has happened. Many of the time we bring our children insulated from many things. We don't teach them how you earn money, what difficulties you are facing. As a result, what happens? They are immune. They are a second layer person. So involve them and sometimes take their suggestion. Sometimes act as if their suggestions are working. So as a result, they also become participant. And I always tell same thing. No, any Indian born on the land, his God is a family God. Another one is solo God. You look at the religion which is following solo God, they are full of diverse. Because I follow my single model hero, I don't mind sacrificing my family for become a hero. But whereas here God is the model in certain Egyptian and Indian Hinduism, I know Shiva will fight, Vishnu will fight, Brahma will fight his wife. They will come together. The same thing we know about our mother and fathers. So that is their ingrained in the mind. It doesn't mean, but only thing is, it should not become alien. They should feel as a meaningful fight. Sometimes maybe mother may be fighting for the sake of the son. A father may be fighting for the sake of the mother. Once they see a value in their fight, nothing will happen.
So, how do we deal with trust-related issues? How do you build a stronger trust? Is it possible?
Yes, sir. Trust relatives. You see, first of all, you define what is relationship. Relationship is nothing but. I would ask you a question. Suppose you are having a bank and you have deposited 10,000 rupees in the bank. How much amount you can withdraw? Can you withdraw 20,000 rupees?
No, only
No.
10.
The same is relationship. If first I deposit something in you before you ask, It's called relationship bank account or emotional bank account or trust bank account. Okay. I deposit something on you without asking. Okay. Then naturally, when I deposit 100 rupees in you, definitely you don't mind giving 10 rupees to me. So who is the first to deposit? Okay. So you have to deposit, and I'm talking conditional, unconditional once you start depositing. A simple depositing is good morning. A simple deposit, hi. Simple deposit, you are looking very pretty, beautiful. Appreciate your wife. Yeah. That is a small, small deposit. Little drops of water make an ocean full. So these are the deposits which is a human requirement. It is not somebody else. So slowly or unconsciously, you deposit so much that the person is ready to deposit for the sake of your time. So what are the deposits you are making? Once your deposit is high, then the relationship becomes very strong. This trust issue will not be there. This trust issue will not be there because I deposit so much. Oh no, यार उसके लिए तो मैं जान भी दे सकता हूँ. He has done so much, I can give anything for him because he's deposited so much. Your deposit so much. I'm depositing, I'm trying to redeposit because you have done already so much for me. The any relationship is a bank deposit. I was doing one TV program. It was a phone like this only in Jaya TV or something about 10 years ago. One mother-in-law asked me, sir, my daughter-in-law doesn't respect me and she's very egoistic. She's working, I am not working. What is your suggestion? I told I am not a person to tell what is suggestion because until unless I know the case. But one thing is you have to do for your daughter-in-law before she does something for you. Whether it is a daughter-in-law going to do or mother-in-law going to do, that is and who are the person first to put the deposit, he is at a better place when compared to others. Once you put a deposit, automatically you will find the returns. And trust automatically builds up.
Yeah. So, how do we deal with some expected or unrealistic expectations from your spouse? So it's something like ये नहीं हो सकता, but बहुत सारे ख्वाहिशें हैं.
One exercise which we do is, I told you, that is called you share your biography with your wife. Okay, that is where after my taking, I take my clients on 3 months contract. And where the first thing is you have to tell your whole biodata. आपने कैसे फायदा किया, what are your values, what are your this one, why you do that, why you don't do that. Similarly, wife will tell all those things. Okay. There, what actually happens is somewhere in the profile, this habit is there. And if you tell this is for it, they understand why you're doing it. Sometimes they go out of the way to support you. No, my husband doesn't do. I know why he's doing like that. Because I know your whole profile. And the profile is not there. I doubt why are you asking so many times money? Why are you spending so many times to your mother? You're not sending. Why are you spending so many times to your father? These questions will come because she has not known the whole profile. The vice versa is also true. There are cases where the mother, where the housewife complains about the mother, her mother, and husband is correct. No, mother-in-law is not like that. How do you say that? Has she not helped you? Has she not done this one? If one time she is not able to help you, why you do think like this? The counter way also comes. Not only because you understand the whole profile. Otherwise, this games will be there. Yeah, either Aja, right?
So the next question, sir, I would say the last question, because we've already crossed 1 hour. You know, with all these issues, the kids get affected. So parenting, in this generation, and what are the expectations from children, and what are the expectations from a couple. For a happy marriage, it's also just not two of them, but once they have a family, how do they take it
So,
forward?
so one thing you have to understand, I told you that the law of truth is cause and effect. We are all ruled by cause and effect. There is no effect without a cause. Okay? If I had to change the visible, I have to change the invisible. Okay. What I think, that thinking becomes my feeling becomes my action becomes the result, results becomes my fate. If I have to change a separate fate, I have to change my action. If I have to change my action, I have to change my feeling. If I have to change my feeling, I have to change my thoughts. How can I change my thoughts? Ultimately, the thought management. If I want a better parent, I should change my. If I want a better wife, I have to be a better couple. I change. How can I change a thought? Only by reading, sir. No other method. Reading or mentoring. Go on. See, many people have stopped reading. They don't want to learn what is parenting skill. They don't want to know what is spousing skill. I'm telling you, see, that skill makes a big difference. Relationship skill is an important. Without a skill, you cannot make money. So similarly, without a relationship, you cannot make relationship. And if you want to change any relationship, first thing is you have to update yourself. Because your children is more updated, please understand. If your children are more updated, then they see you as a fool. My daddy doesn't know anything यार उसको goal बनाना बहुत आसान है मेरे को because he is more updated. My mother knows I know how to manage my mother because he is more updated. So you have to get it. One thing is changing the perception. Always tell this is what we do in affirmation in the morning in 5 a.m. club, 4 a.m. club. All my around 7 people from US they report in the morning. We do same thing. The affirmation is if I have to change the visible, I have to change the invisible. This is the cause, this is the effect. Without changing the cause, I cannot change the effect. Health is a result, wealth is a result, money is a result, failure is a result. If I have to change the result, I have to change the cause. So my method of empowering them is change the thought by reading books, reading blogs, go to school, readmit, go to webinars, okay, educate yourself. Otherwise, blindly go to a mentor. A mentor, I'm not telling a professional mentor. If you cannot afford professional, identify an uncle, an aunt who is senior 5 or 10 years ahead, a good role model for you. You should be surrounded with good role models. If you're having a bad role models, then it is gone. That is my advice. You surround with good role models, follow them, or you go for mentoring, or you go for reading. Until unless you update yourself, you cannot survive in this world. You will become a sort of a antique piece. Your children will tell you an antique, your parents will, your colleagues will also tell you an antique piece. The best method is educate yourself. Stop the moment you stop education, you're dead. Already see, I'm not telling mothers the big many mothers say, I don't have time. I tell them how many TV serials you see. You have time for TV serials, isn't it? You have time for gossip. Don't say you are not having time for that. See, the whole education system, finance system has been made to make certain people to be like this. They should get addicted to the movies. They should addicted to dings. They get addicted to education system. So paralyzed system. So they don't want them to become number one. They want them to be a mass. They don't want to become a class. The system is made like that. Until unless you know this particular secret and challenge the system, you cannot come up. Otherwise, you're like many of the mothers who are come, you're come and you're gone. If you want to make a difference, if you want to become a model for the next 3 generations, do that. Now I'm teaching my grandson. I am he's around 9 years old. He's having his own YouTube video. I teach all the books I tell them. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he has made it. I'm not telling he's going to read all those things, but what has happened? That interest has come in him. Now he is going to Wikipedia and making his own videos. So somewhere you have to inculcate that habit in him. Afterwards, it's for him to make use of it. Take him to the कुएं के पास ले जाकर छोड़ देना है उसको. Make him hungry, leave him near the कुआं. वहीं उससे आगे तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते आप.
True. Good one, sir. Sir, what is the different technique that you use? For your success, what is the mantra? When couples come to you, 25,000 is not a small number. So what is the difference that you infuse in the way you handle your clients? We don't have any live questions. I'm sure a lot of people have this thought. My family issue is personal, so I don't want to ask it live. अगर मैं कुछ question पूछूंगा, that means that people will interpret that I have some issues at my. So I'm sure some of them might want to have a one-to-one conversation. But yeah, I really want the friends who are watching this to know what is that difference that you infuse in helping them.
नहीं सर, ये आप जो बोल रहे सही हैं. Many of my clients who come to me, people who want, they are in pain only, they come to me. It is not a social zone. This is an intimate zone story. See, some couples who come to me, a lady came to me in Hyderabad. She came with, I don't know, she was a minister, no? She came with that big security and all those things. She came straight into my cabin. I was only scared. Madam, you would have come for that because that guy only gets the VIP. She told, no, sir, I came only for you. You know me? I don't know. I know her, but I don't remember her name. I don't know. Okay, don't ask my name. Don't ask my telephone number. I want your help. Okay, madam, then I will call you Sita. Some name I should have. So there are cases where, yes, as you told, is a highly sensitive area. Husband come without telling their wife why it doesn't come under. And the difference between other school of psychology and my school of psychology is verbally she need not tell me my clean, not tell me anything. She has to be available to me. I got my own methodology by looking at her eyeball movement, looking at her breathing movement, looking at her feeling. I will be having my own method of decoding the problem they are facing. That is number one. And second thing is uh, there should be a sort of a pain in the person's life. If there is no pain, no gain. Okay, I already told you, no. I always tell my students, ఎవరో వస్తారని ఏదో చేస్తారని ఎదురు చూసి మోసపోకుమా నిజం మరచి నిదురపోకుమా. This is a song which always echoes in my mind. No God is going to come. No boss is going to change. Boss is not interested in your affair. A mother is not in. A mother can give the best what she is having. A school can give. Let us not point a finger to some system. Education system is wrong. Mother is wrong. Boss is wrong. Here, nobody will be interested in you than anybody else. You are only interested. If you want to come up, you have to find. You will come up. It's not that you will not come up. When? A person who write quarterly, at that time he should write. 15 years, he should complete 10th class. If he is completing 10th class at 60 years, yes, he can do that. He is postponing his life. So you are not coming for your sake. You are coming for your children's sake. Because you are trapping the three generations, please understand. We have seen that. What you are giving, a trapping the three generational. You're robbing your own next generation because you don't want to repair your skills. And the same blueprint you're passing to your son and grandson. I always tell my clients, do you want your grandson should come and wait in my grandson's clinic? Do you want that? He says, no, sir. Then go ahead with me. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for taking time out and sharing all the insights. And friends who are watching this, Dr. Sundaram has helped 25,000 plus people, couples, have a happy married life. So we strongly believe health, not only physically but mentally, is important. And when you really want a good mental health, it is also important that your family is healthy. You're staying together when you're at home in a healthy way. So whenever you need consulting, feel free to get in touch with Dr. Sundaram, a very experienced person. And I don't have to tell you what experience brings in. So somebody who's experienced knows and can understand your situation in every angle. And we've shared the phone number where you can connect with him, take an appointment. There are definitely some prerequisites. You should ensure that you're doing that homework when you're getting his treatment, and it is worth it. I'm sure the entire purpose of this particular agenda is to create awareness, clearly mention the options which are available, and the mentors who are available to take care of your health, mental health. And your happy marriage should go on well, because the entire two families get impacted, your kids get impacted. So have a wonderful happy married life. And yeah, thanks a lot, sir. And this is a show where some of these points are very important, and it is very important that the entire family watches this, because the examples which you have shared are very important. These are very useful, and ये घर घर की कहानी है. These are not something which are like rocket science and this thing, but yeah, everything is important. And I like the way you taken examples of how you have to give importance to others, and how you can go to the kitchen and talk about the feedback rather than shouting from the dining room. And yeah, we are going far away with more real estate space, but yeah, we've also lost our cool, and we've started screaming at people, calling people. घर बड़ा होते, I think some of these things keep popping up. But yeah, thanks a lot for taking time out. And
Thank you, and I want your help, Ravi ji. आपका help भी चाहिए. I want all participants. You can go to my website and attend my free webinar. Create a word, spread a word. Don't tell them that I'm inviting them. Tell them you liked it. You can have a try. because this is not an area where you can refer somebody. This is an area where you can share. This is my friend website. You go and I found it is useful. My friend found it useful. That is where I want to help. And I cannot achieve this mission without your help. And whatever possible for you, kindly help me to achieve my mission. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, friends, and do share the reference if you have any friend who is in trouble around. Do let him connect with him, and I'm sure I can guarantee you that they will be happy and safe. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a
Yeah,
lot.
have a great day.